Prime Minister Narendra Modi called upon India's banking sector to establish banks which rank among the top banks in the world. Prime Minister was speaking at Gyan Sangam, the bankers' retreat in Pune. Of the 12 issues discussed, banks demanded shared responsibility by which they were willing to directly address 5 of them and requested government to address the other 7.
Banks have asked for the support of the government. And these are the 7 points in which, from the government side, the government will have to respond to them appropriately at a later stage. But this is something which the banks want the government to do.
Prime Minister said the objective of this bankers' meet was to find solutions to problems and it would thus become the first step towards catalyzing transformation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi appreciated the efforts of banks in successfully implementing Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. He said the Jan Dhan Yojana would help redefine goal setting among banks due to enhanced confidence levels after the programme's success. On direct cash transfers, Prime Minister said that 7 crore families had benefited from direct cash transfers of LPG subsidy in just 3 days since January the 1st. Prime Minister said banks would be run professionally and there would be no interference, but accountability was essential.
He said that we will never interfere in the internal working of the bank. He says you will never get a phone call from even PMO, leave alone anybody else, about any such matter in which there would be any interference.
The Prime Minister also highlighted the issue of poor financial literacy in the country. Prime Minister called upon banks to take the lead in encouraging competitions on financial literacy in schools. He said banks should develop dedicated teams to fight cybercrime. Prime Minister Modi called for developing common strengths among the 27 public sector banks and suggested this could be done in areas such as software and advertising. Prime Minister said public sector banks should work towards simplifying procedures to facilitate the common man. The Prime Minister said the Swachhata Abhiyan has caught the imagination of the younger generation. He also called upon banks to trust the common man and asked each public sector bank to help develop 20,000 to 25,000 Swachhata entrepreneurs. He also asked banks to prioritize loans to students as this would be a very productive investment for the country. The Prime Minister called for an end to lazy banking and asked banks to take on a proactive role in helping the common man. Shailendra Mishra's report, DD News, Pune.